In his own small way, he's revived the idea of being an apprentice and of the work spirit. He recently started focusing on school dinners, where he stuck himself right in it by trying to cook wholesome food for a very small amount of money. He didn't say, "Oh, I can't do it because I need £1.50 for each child. All I've got is a third of that." He just got on and did it anyway. Jamie's efforts have led to other people wanting to work with him. These days, knocking others has become an industry. Our newspapers employ people whose main task is to write columns telling us what's wrong with the world. Those who practice knocking on a regular basis would argue that what they do stops people getting above themselves. Half bully and half party pooper, the knocker is always looking for the bad and the ugly. And they don't stop at the rich and powerful. Everybody and everything is a target. For people who think this way, everything always has a downside and very little upside. Even an outright success is not a success. I'm thinking of a newspaper article that described a sporting team's win as not a good win. What rubbish! This kind of pickiness shows how far the knocking industry has invaded our society. Nothing seems to be good enough anymore. I sit in a cafe writing this. Near me are two women who are chatting very loudly. They are complaining, firstly about the phone company they are using, then about their banks, and then they launch into a whole list of other things. I suddenly realise that if you took complaints out of people's lives, there wouldn't be much left. It's in our nature to want to have a moan. And sometimes it does you good to let it all out. But when those complaints become a big part of your conversation, and when they start including things you can't control, you are heading down a very tricky path. Put your energy to better use. It would be better by far to be using that energy to change the things you don't like, but you won't if you spend your life listening to the knockers. Like poison, their views will affect the way you think. Instead of thinking all things are possible, you'll be telling yourself that it is too hard. Before you've even dipped a toe into the water and tried something new, you'll have given up. I understand how tempting it is to join the knocking brigade. It's a chance to air your views and even be a bit clever without actually having to do anything else. And it's a way of telling yourself you are above it all and that you could do those things if you wanted to, but you've chosen not to. We're all guilty of it. But if you do it on a regular basis, then you'll eventually find it very hard to make changes in your life. To be able to make these changes, you need a more positive outlook. So to make a start, you have to control the negative thoughts you have about others.